How would you like to do everything better? In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to look better, how to feel better, how to think better, learn better, how to lead better, perform better, and create better, all with one keystone habit. My name is Mage. I'm an optimized practitioner and professional coach. And this is my Optimize weekly vlog where I share with you a couple of my favorite big ideas from the Optimize Coach program. We are currently in week 13 in the Optimize program. We're on module 4, which is titled Carpe Diem, which means to seize the day. What we're working on is how do we build really, really great days more and more consistently so we can build a life that is really, really great. There is 6 modules in the six lessons in the Carpe Diem module. We're currently on the 2nd module, which is all about PM bookends. Today, I'm going to share with you one of the ideas we learned in the program that not only help us seize the day, but they actually help us seize the moments. They help us live better in every way, shape, and form. And so today I'm going to share with you that big idea as well as a couple other big ideas to help you make that big idea something you actually do every single day. So the 3 big ideas that we're going to cover today are the number 1 keystone habit for doing everything better, including seizing the day, including building a really, really great day. I'm also going to give you the number 1 tip to install that keystone habit. I'm also going to show you 3 ways to make sure that that number 1 tip gets into play and you can start rocking that keystone habit more and more consistently. Let's get started with the first big idea, keystone habit. First, keystone habit. What the heck is a keystone habit? Well, let's take a look at that right now by taking a look at this image down here. This happens to be an archway made of stone. So think back in time when we used to build everything out of stone and we'd create these archways made of stone. Inside of a stone archway is one particular stone that is the keystone. It's the stone that holds the whole archway together. And that particular stone is right here. It's called the keystone because without it, what happens? If you take that stone out of the archway, what happens to the archway? Yeah, it crumbles, right? Everything comes falling down. So what we have right here, when we think about keystone habits, is that a keystone habit is like a habit that holds all the other habits in place. A keystone habit is the habit that holds all the other habits in place. Okay, so what is our number 1 keystone habit that's going to help us look better, help us feel better, help us make the most of every single day? Can you guess what it is? Would you have said exercise? Maybe you would have said nutrition. Maybe you would have said meditation. All really, really great ideas. But what we know is that those habits are pillars to our health. At the foundation of those pillars is actually the keystone habit, which is sleep. The number 1 keystone habit to help us look better, feel better, perform better, create better, lead better, you name it, do everything better, is sleep. There's been something like 20,000 different research studies on this, and there is not a single measurement that doesn't improve as we improve our sleep quantity and quality, right? And if you don't trust me, then check out this great book right here, Why Do We Sleep? By Matthew Walker, and he shares a whole bunch of really, really great stories about the power of sleeping. So we'll leave that to you to go research for yourself. But just think to yourself, when you don't get enough sleep, how optimistic are you about life? When you don't get enough sleep, do you tend to have little bags in your eyes, right? You're gonna look better when you sleep better, right? And what about when you show up for your kids or your significant others, or even showing up at work, right? If you're tired, if you're sleep deprived, are you going to perform better? Are you going to be a little more irritable if you're not sleeping enough? Yes, 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 and yes. The lack of sleep causes anxiety. Lack of sleep causes brain fogginess. Lack of sleep causes us to eat poorly. Lack of sleep causes us to not make the most of our exercises. So sleep matters. It matters a lot. It's the number 1 keystone habit for helping us seize the day to make the most of the day. Do you want to wake up energized or innervated? And we're working on waking up energized for life. So the first big idea, number one Keystone Habit, sleep. What's the number one tip for making sleep happen? What's the number one tip for optimizing your sleep? The number one tip for optimizing your sleep is to set a schedule and stick to the schedule, right? Set schedule. So we want to set a sleep schedule, and we want it to be consistent, even on the weekends. Even on the weekends. What you're doing is you're building the habit physiologically and psychologically. So as your sleep time approaches, your body is starting to shut down, the melatonin is being creative, those types of things. So if we really want to get serious about optimizing our sleep so we can seize the day and do all of these things better, we'd be wise to focus on the number one tip that scientists tell us to use, which is to set a sleep schedule and stick to that schedule. That's the first tip. All right, so now, Lori, show me the way. What are some ways that I can optimize that sleep schedule and also optimize my Keystone Habit, knowing that sleep impacts all these other aspects of my life? How do I do it? Well, one way is what we call sleep math. And we need to do sleep math, right? We want to begin with the end in mind, essentially. We want to think to ourselves, what time do I need to get up tomorrow, right? For an optimal morning, the things that I want to do in the morning before I actually go out into the world, before I open internet up, anything like that. What time do I need to get up before I have to get to my first appointment, I guess you could say, right? So if I wanted to start my workday tomorrow I shoot for 9 a.m., oftentimes I need to go into work at 8 a.m. Sometimes it's even as early as 7 a.m. And so mine will adjust a tiny bit. I don't tend to adjust my sleep schedule at night. What I tend to do is adjust my morning routine. So I'll talk more about that in a future video. For right now, sleep math. What we want to do is think about what time we want to get up tomorrow morning, right? And then we want to backtrack that 7 to 8 hours. Okay, so the optimal sleep time for people is closer to 8 hours. If you're in the ballpark of 7 to 8 hours, you're going to be doing okay. One thing to keep in mind here, though, is it was just 150 years ago that the light bulb was invented. And prior to that, so our great-great-grandparents, they actually used to sleep an average of 10 hours a night. 10 hours a night. But as we introduce the light bulb and we start doing things at night, and now iPhones and all those types of technological things, we're staying up later and later. And not only that, but it's causing us to not get good quality sleep as well. So when you think about our great-great-grandparents, they're using candlelight to read and to have dinner or to discuss things. That they were already starting to shift into their brains having melatonin so they could sleep well at night, right? So sleep math, we want to go to the future and then dial it back. So if I want to leave the house to get to work by 9 a.m. and I've got a series of things that I want to do in the morning, like meditate and exercise and connect with my family before I leave the house, I'm going to want 3 hours in there for myself or something like that. For me, my ideal is 4 hours. So we'll play with my ideal. I want to be to work at 9, means I got to get up at 5. So if I backtrack 7 to 8 hours, right? That's going to put me at 9 p.m. That's going to put me at 9 p.m., which is going to be 8 hours. But here's the thing. There's a difference between sleep time and time you're in bed, right? So the quantity of your sleep is actually when you're asleep. And so for us to actually get 8 hours of sleep, we need to be in bed longer than 8 hours of sleep. And so with the sleep math, you're going to want to add 30, 60, 90 minutes to it just to help build that cushion in there of getting yourself rested or starting to go into that sleep mode. But then I have 2 furry little kids who like to wake up in the middle of the night. So that's going to impact my sleep. So I need to actually subtract from the time I want to get up at 5 a.m. I want to subtract closer to 8.5 or 9 hours, which then puts me at 8:30 p.m. or 8 p.m. So my ideal time frame to go to bed for my set schedule of sleep is between 8 and 8:30 p.m. So first activity to help you optimize your sleep and set that schedule is do the sleep math. What time do you need to go to bed at night for the ideal amount of sleep that you need, which is between 7 and 8 hours? Now, there are a few of you out there that may not need that many, but the fact of the matter is there's only about 1 to 3% of the population that can operate optimally on less than that, on less than 7 or 8 hours of sleep. Maybe you're the lucky one, but with those odds of 1 to 3% of the population, you're probably not. So you might want to work towards the 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So the second big idea to help you keep to that set schedule and optimize your sleep then is to actually set what we call a sleep alarm. So we want to have a sleep alarm. We have a wake up alarm, right? Because we have priorities, we have responsibilities. Well, we want to take our sleep serious and make it a priority and take responsibility for our energy, right? And how we show up the next day. So why not have a sleep alarm? Have it go off but when it's time to brush your teeth and floss and wash your face and things like that to start getting ready for bed. Have a sleep alarm go off. For me, my sleep alarm actually kind of goes into the third big idea I'm going to share with you right now. So we want to sleep math. What time do I actually need to go to bed? Create that sleep alarm, whether it's on your phone or some other device to help you prioritize sleep, because sometimes we can get distracted with whatever else is going on in our life. So the third piece to show me the way, times 3, is a digital sunset. And this is what I use as my sleep alarm. So digital sunset is that an hour before it's your optimal time to go to bed, which is idiosyncratic, it's unique for you, whatever time you plan to go to bed based off your sleep math, dial it back 1 more hour, and that's when we have our digital sunset. That's when we turn off all technology. What we're learning more and more and more is that technology can actually have a negative input on our consciousness and our energy and our physiology that's needed for us to get optimal sleep. And so even if you're using your blue light blocker glasses or you've got your screen changed to a different color, it's still causing the melatonin not to release the way it's supposed to, so you can get optimal sleep. The other thing is that when you're watching TV or you're scrolling through social media, you're blowing up your consciousness in a way that has a negative impact on the quantity and quality of your sleep as well. So it's really, really important that we start making connections and seeing that when I use technology up till bedtime, it's actually making it harder for me to go to sleep quickly, right? So if I really want to optimize my sleep, I'd be wise to set a digital sunset. So it's when the technology all goes away. It's 1 hour before your bedtime. And for me, that's 7:30. So I use a little algorithm that if it's 7:30 p.m., then my phone goes on the cartridge in the living room in airplane mode. That's my algorithm for success. That happens to also be my sleep alarm. When it's 7:30, the phone goes on the charger in the living room in airplane mode, and it's at that point that I start doing my nighttime routine for bed, brushing my teeth, flossing, brushing, washing, meditating, taking stock on the day, having some nice chill time with Jen, having some chill time with the pets, those types of things. And I'll oftentimes take a book to bed, a real book that doesn't have blue light. And I'll just use just a low light to read next to bed, and that will help me fall asleep quickly and aim for that more optimal sleep time and sleep quality. So today we talked about 3 big ideas, including 3 practices and ways that you can actually set that schedule and optimize your sleep. Sleep is a keystone habit. It holds all the other habits in place. If you're not getting great sleep, you're not going to be able to get the best of that workout that you've dedicated time and energy to. We can put sleep into anything and everything. It impacts it all. So how do you want to get better at everything? Optimize your sleep, which leads us all the way back to Carpe Diem, which is the focus right now in the Optimized Coach program. How do we seize the day? How do we make the most of every single day? And right now we're focused on PM bookends, which have to do with building the systems and the structures in place to help us optimize our sleep so we can wake up energized and ready to rock the world. So that's it for today. If you got value out of this video, please like the video, please share the video, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to grow this channel and continue to contribute and help you build your best life. And what else? If you really are loving the stuff that I'm sharing, I definitely recommend joining the Optimized program. It's super inexpensive. It's like less than $10 a month, and you get these ideas and millions of more big ideas. So I definitely recommend that program. And if you're totally feeling it, I would love to hear, how did the sleep math go for you? How did the setting the schedule? Share a comment in the location below. Let me know what resonated with you and what actions you plan to take. It's my hope that this isn't just information, it could actually lead to transformation by you applying these big ideas. That's it for this week. I'll see you next week. Have an awesome day.